In House of the Dragon, love and loyalty are as fragile as dragon glass, beautiful, sharp, and always ready to shatter. Rhaenyra Targaryen and Daemon Targaryen were meant to be the ultimate power couple of Westeros, two dragon riders bound by blood, fire, and ambition. Together, they were supposed to be unstoppable. But when Daemon seized Harrenhal without Rhaenyra's consent, everything changed. Fans saw the moment. Daemon acting alone, declaring war in her name, taking control of one of the most cursed and symbolic castles in all of Westeros. But beneath the flames and fury, there was something deeper, a fracture in the very foundation of their love. Why did Daemon take Harrenhal without her permission? And why did Rhaenyra, a woman who's fought her whole life for control, see that act not as loyalty, but as betrayal? Today, we dive deep into the emotional, political, and psychological reasons behind this power move, and why it left Rhaenyra feeling more alone than ever in her fight for the Iron Throne. This is the story of when love turned into strategy, and when fire began to burn from within. The moment that changed everything. When Daemon Targaryen took Harrenhal, it wasn't just another military maneuver. It was a statement. At that point in the war, known as the Dance of the Dragons, Rhaenyra's claim to the Iron Throne was under siege. King's Landing had turned into a pit of whispers and daggers. The Greens, Aegon's faction, held power, and Rhaenyra's allies were growing restless. Daemon, ever the man of action, saw a chance to strike. He took his dragon, Caraxes, and flew to Harrenhal, one of the most intimidating strongholds in Westeros. And without consulting Rhaenyra, he took it. It was bold, it was brutal, and it was exactly what Rhaenyra feared most, Daemon acting without her. When word reached her that her husband had seized a castle, executed its defenders, and claimed it in her name, without her approval, Rhaenyra's heart sank. To everyone else, it looked like a victory. To her, it felt like a betrayal. Rhaenyra's mindset. Why control meant everything. To understand Rhaenyra's anger, you have to understand who she is, and what she's fought for. Rhaenyra Targaryen was never just another royal. She was the chosen heir, the woman her father Viserys had named as his successor. But from the moment he made that choice, she's had to fight tooth and nail to be seen as legitimate. Every whisper in the Red Keep, every glance from the lords of Westeros, questioned her right to rule, not because she was unfit, but because she was a woman. Her life was a constant battle for authority, for respect, for the ability to control her own destiny. So when Daemon, her husband, her supposed equal, took it upon himself to seize one of the most powerful castles in the realm without her say-so, it wasn't just a military act. It was personal. It felt like history repeating itself, another man deciding what was best for her. Viserys had done it, the council had done it, and now, Daemon had done it too. For Rhaenyra, control wasn't just about ruling kingdoms, it was about survival. Daemon's act of independence wasn't seen as help. It was seen as another reminder that even those closest to her didn't truly trust her to lead. Daemon's perspective. A man of action, not words. But let's not forget, Daemon Targaryen is not a man who sits and waits. Throughout his life, Daemon has been defined by impulse. He doesn't ask for permission. He acts. When the realm mocked him, he created the City Watch. When he was exiled, he raised armies in the Stepstones. When politics failed him, he used his sword. And when the war began, Daemon's instinct was simple: strike hard, strike first, and show no mercy. To him, taking Harrenhal wasn't rebellion, it was loyalty. It was his way of proving that he was still the rogue prince, still the warrior who could deliver Rhaenyra victory. In his mind, Rhaenyra didn't need to give him permission, because he was fighting for her. But that's where Daemon misunderstood her entirely. Rhaenyra didn't just want loyalty. She wanted partnership. She wanted respect. She wanted to lead, not to be led through someone else's actions. And in Daemon's fiery act of conquest, she saw a man who no longer treated her as queen, but as a cause. Harrenhal, the symbol of curse and power. The choice of Harrenhal wasn't random. It was deeply symbolic. Harrenhal is a cursed place. Built by Harren the Black, it was the largest, most ambitious castle in Westeros, and the first to be destroyed by dragonfire when Aegon the Conqueror and his sisters burned it to the ground. It stands as a monument to pride, hubris, and the danger of defying dragons. For Daemon to claim it was more than a tactical move. It was a statement. He was the new conqueror. He was claiming history's most haunted fortress in the name of fire and blood. But Rhaenyra saw the darker side. To her, Harrenhal represented everything that destroys Targaryens: arrogance, isolation, and obsession with power. And when Daemon took it without a word to her, it wasn't just a military overstep. It was a reminder that Daemon's hunger for legacy might one day consume them both. She feared that Harrenhal would change him, that its curse would infect his mind, pushing him further from her, and deeper into his own ambitions. The trust that broke. Trust was the backbone of Rhaenyra and Daemon's relationship, but it was a fragile one. From the very beginning, their marriage was controversial. They were uncle and niece, bound by both blood and scandal. Many in the realm believed Daemon only married Rhaenyra for power, for proximity to the throne. But Rhaenyra believed otherwise. She believed that, unlike the rest of the court, Daemon understood her. He had seen her strength when others doubted her. He had fought beside her when others betrayed her. For a time, he made her feel powerful, not because she was a queen, but because she was his equal. But when Daemon took Harrenhal, all that trust cracked. For Rhaenyra, it was proof that Daemon didn't see her as an equal. He saw her as a figurehead. Someone he could fight for, not with. She realized that even in marriage, even in love, she was still surrounded by men who made choices for her. And that realization cut deeper than any blade. A strategic move or a personal message. There's another layer to Daemon's decision, and it's far more calculated. By seizing Harrenhal, Daemon placed himself at the very heart of Westeros. From there, he could control the Riverlands, the key region connecting the north, south, and capital. Strategically, it was a masterstroke. It sent a message to Aegon's faction: the Blacks were not waiting anymore. But it also sent a message to Rhaenyra: Daemon was ready to rule, with or without her. And that terrified her, because while she loved his fire, she also feared it. Daemon's loyalty had always been unpredictable. He could fight for her one day, and challenge her the next. And Harrenhal, with its cursed legacy and haunting emptiness, seemed like the perfect place for that unpredictability to grow. It became not just a castle, but a symbol of their emotional distance. Rhaenyra was in Dragonstone, trying to rule with diplomacy. Daemon was in Harrenhal, ruling with fire. And the space between them was widening by the day. The emotional divide. Fire versus strategy. Daemon and Rhaenyra represent two sides of the same dragon. Rhaenyra is the mind, measured, strategic, and politically aware. She understands that being queen means balancing fear and respect. Daemon is the heart, impulsive, fiery, and driven by instinct. He believes power is earned through action, not words. At first, those two halves made them unstoppable. But as the war deepened, those differences became dangerous. Rhaenyra wanted control. Daemon wanted dominance. When he took Harrenhal, he thought he was doing what she couldn't, showing strength. But Rhaenyra didn't need him to act on her behalf. She needed him to believe in her command. To her, every independent move Daemon made was an insult, a reminder that even her husband thought she couldn't rule alone. And as much as Daemon might have